Hey everyone, it's me, Ethan S. Productions here, and today we're going to be taking a look at my newest rendition for my 6-scale Star Wars collection, which is the Jedi Patrol Stormtrooper made by Hot Toys. So without anything else to do, guys, let's get right into the video. So as always, everyone, here we got the box out. As you can see, we have another nice picture of the Jedi Patrol Stormtrooper in the front here, looking to the side at whatever he's looking at. I guess you can just imagine maybe it's an ongoing battle or some rebels. But here you can see it is a nice picture. Then moving on down here, as you can see, we also have another one of those bands. Now, on most of my figures I've been getting, I actually have a lot of these sort of name, I don't know, I call them bands because they got like the Stormtrooper Jedi Patrol. They got the name of the figure there, and then they also have the right side and then also the left side of the helmet, as you can see there on the box. So, and I think that's pretty cool. And then also here you can see it is a Sideshow exclusive because of this sticker here that Sideshow or Hot Toys probably put on there, shipped to Sideshow. And then on the back here, pretty much all the credits and just some different company names that go along with making this figure. But overall, that's the outside of the box. Now when we go to open up the box here, again, you can see we have this nice art panel of the Jedi Patrol Stormtrooper, as well as now an AT-ST in the background, which I really think this complements this really well. And then you can also see there's some kind of, I guess, smoke effect going on here, even though this is, again, just an art panel. But pretty much, I always find these pretty cool. So now when we take this off here, now we can get actually inside the box, as you can see. And there we go, we're inside of it now. So now you can hear, you'll see, sorry about that, I just accidentally moved the camera stand. As you can see here, this is where the figure would be held, and just the other components that he comes with, which we will get here in just a few seconds. So that's pretty much the inside of the box. So now, guys, I have all the accessories laid out, as you can see. First thing we'll go over here is actually the little art panel that you can attach to the stand. So you might as well do the stand stuff first before we get to the actual figure pieces. So as you can see here, we have this nice little art panel. Again, sort of like what I was talking about earlier with the box, but this time it's actually for the stand. As you can see, we have some stormtroopers here, more in an action pose. As you can see, there's some smoke in the background. I think this is actually Scarif. Looks like Scarif in the background. And then here you can also see now we also have a Imperial emblem put there, which will be cool because I am, my order for Director Krennic is supposed to be hopefully shipping out maybe tomorrow. It might be shipping out Monday of next week, but it would be cool if I get Director Krennic by the end of that week, because I will for sure put a video out, since now I have, well, I'll have 2 Rogue One figures that are based off the movie. So now here, continuing on with the stand stuff, here you can see we actually have the real stand this time. Now, it is a little bit different from what I'm used to, which is, what I mean by that is the plaque here can come off. So you can actually take off the middle name plate here, which is pretty cool. Anyway, if you take it off, I wouldn't really recommend it. It just looks plain. But luckily you can slide it back in like that. And then you can have him displayed with his name plaque. So we'll put that back over there. And then here now we have this other plastic piece that you can put in front of the actual name plaque, which is interesting because I think this only came with the Rogue One line for Star Wars. As you can see, it just goes right there. Will I have it displayed like that? Maybe. I don't think I will, because all my other stands don't come with that. So I don't think I am. But I'm still stuck between either doing it or not, just because it's more of a different figure, goes along with the Rogue One line, just to differentiate it from the rest of the guys. So now here we'll get to the actual, finally, the hands and the main accessories. So as you can see here, we have this one unique hand. That's really cool. You can even see the weathering on there. The lighting might be playing there, but you can see there's some dirt in there. But as you can see, this is more of a unique hand that comes with this guy. And why is because of this piece right here. Now this is actually a torch. And that's what it says on the information about the figure on Sideshow's website. As you can see, it is pretty much 2 flashlights stacked up on each other and just mounted together with this giant curved rectangle piece, I guess you could say, and then it has this handle, which is pretty cool. I really like how they even went into the detail of putting like a plastic, like half of a sphere into each of the flashlights here to give it where it looks like there is a lens inside the flashlight, which is really cool. Then here you can see we have a pair of fisted hands. I'm just going to show one of them just because it's pretty much the exact same for the opposite one. As you can see, again, nice weathering on here, and it's just a normal fist. Then here we have more of a holding hand. This is for the actual right hand, if you want to have it where the Stormtrooper's left-handed with the blaster. So he can hold his blaster now using his left as the trigger hand and his right as the holding hand. Now, speaking of the trigger hand, here is the left trigger hand. As you can see, pretty much the exact same one for the right one, except just the pure opposite. And then here we have this hand. Now, if you guys are familiar with all my other figure reviews I've done, mostly all the Hot Toys figures I have come with this hand. It goes for the Return of the Jedi Stormtroopers, the Sith Trooper, I believe the Executioner Trooper, maybe not, and now this Stormtrooper, as you can see with the Jedi Patrol Stormtrooper. Which is, again, pretty cool if you want to make him look like he's holding his hand out to either stop or trying to protect his face, which I don't get why he would need to be doing that. He's already wearing a helmet. Then here, now we actually have 2 of these sonic imploders, or that's where they're more commonly known as in Battlefront 2, if you guys play that. As you can see, if you just twist this, it'll open up, and it looks like it's ready to detonate. And then you can slowly twist it back down, closing it, and now it's perfectly concealed. And what's cool is that he comes with 2 of those, and originally I think the first figure that come with those was the Death Trooper Specialist, I think. Sadly, I don't have that figure, so I don't really know. Then here you can see we have some extra wrist pegs. That's what's really cool about what Hot Toys does. This gives you extra wrist pegs, since there aren't any pegs inside the hands like the old Sideshow figures. Now here, I don't really think I need to review this, but here you can see they actually include these 2 pins, I guess you can call them. I will show you guys later where those go, but it's pretty interesting that they included those, so I'm a little bit afraid maybe they might break off eventually. But I'll show you guys where those pins go later on in the video. Now here, finally, we're actually on the blaster rifle that the Stormtrooper comes with. As you can see, is a DL-19. Very cool blaster, I think. What's really cool is that it comes with this flashlight attachment right here, and it also comes with some movable iron sights, as you can see here. This one does fold up, and so does the one in the back. If I can get it, there you go. And so does this one right here, this other sight. I think it's more of a range sight, which is pretty cool. And now the tripod does fold down, but I think it's a bipod, actually. It does fold down, but I don't really want to test it. And it will open up too, but I don't really want to play with it just because, again, I don't want to get too loose. So overall, guys, that is pretty much all the accessories that the Stormtrooper comes with. So now we'll move on and review the figure. So here he is, everyone. Here is the Jedi Patrol Stormtrooper himself. As you can see, very nice crafted armor. Again, based off the Rogue One Stormtroopers that we see in the movie. And like I was saying, it is one of my favorite Stormtrooper designs for the armor. One thing I really like, though, is the helmet for sure. It gets sort of a mixture of the New Hope helmet with also more of a more modern twist of today's, I guess you can call it, Stormtrooper. So what's really cool here is that you can see there is like an attachment piece here for the armor that connects the back armor to the chest armor underneath the arm here, which is actually, I believe, is rubber, and it's very nice. It's very nice, as you can see there. And then here you can even see the undersuit. Again, it's different from the actual undersuit that's in the Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper, because his is more of just, it doesn't have any pattern to it. It's just, here you can see the actual pattern on this. If the camera focuses, wants to focus on the body. It's sort of like a bumpy thing, as you can see, which is pretty cool. Really like that. gives it just extra texture, I guess you can say, to the rest of the Stormtrooper here. Yep, kind of put them off center here. There we go. So then here, now even onto the pauldron here, we'll move on to here. You can see, here are those buttons that I was telling you guys earlier about that were like the extra ones, like these ones right here. There it is. 2 extra buttons. So I guess in case those do fall off, which hopefully, I think the only way they'll fall off is if you are, is if you're messing around with this guy a little bit too much, and I think that might cause those to fall off. But again, they just provided 2 extra ones in case they do. And so there are actually a total of 4 of these things, so I wish they kind of gave us 4 extra ones instead of just 2, but I guess 2 is enough for now, because I guess they're not really expecting these things to fall off. So now here, moving on, you can see now this guy does have a lot of weathering on him. As you can see here again on the chest plate, a lot of the dirt/sand weathering going on here. You can really see it's really yellow. And moving on down here through the abdominal armor to the belt to even the leg armor here, and even to the actual like belt, extra belt pieces here. It's even weathering on that too. Here you can see on the legs mostly, there's some weathering, mostly on this side of the leg. This one doesn't have that much unless it's on the back. And then going farther down, you can see more weathering happens towards the shoe here, as you can see. And that pretty much wraps up the weathering on this guy, as well as so again, he's got pretty much weathering from the helmet down to the feet, and also on the arms, and also including the pauldron here. As you can see, a lot of weathering going on here. Even though this is supposed to be a white pauldron, it's more of a yellowish white pauldron now, just because of the weathering effect onto it, which is really cool. Now, it really makes this guy stand out between all the other Stormtroopers, not necessarily just the pauldron, but the back. As you can see here, we have this nice, very detailed backpack that this guy wears. Now again, since this is the Jeda Patrol Stormtrooper, I am just led to believe that this guy appeared just in Jeda. Even though when Hot Toys was doing the picture art or just the pictures for the figure, they included Scarif in the back, so that kind of confused me. So I guess maybe you can even say he's also on Scarif. I have no idea. But again, here you can see a lot more weathering going on back here too. Some sand, but mostly everything back here is a little bit more clean, just a lot more scratch marks on it. Not necessarily that much with sand, you can even see, but on the thermal detonator here, you can see more paintwork, as well as more weathering. And that's even on the butt armor here too, you can see that too. Then on the side here, now since I was showing you guys these sonic imploders earlier, here you can see that this is actually where they plug into. Let me get the second one here. As you can see, all you can do here is that they slot in pretty easily. They're just, again, held by friction. Just got to kind of slide them in there like that. And there you go. Now they're perfectly held in to the actual side of the backpack there. Pretty cool. So now you can have them stored onto the back of the Stormtrooper, which is pretty cool. So guys, and then also before I close on this figure, here you can also see this nice antenna with some slight dry brushing of metallic paint on the top of it just to show some wear on it. But pretty much guys, that is the Jeda Patrol Stormtrooper. Well, that pretty much wraps up the video here, everyone. As you can see, very nice Stormtrooper. Definitely would recommend you guys picking this up if you can. Sadly, on Sideshow, it is on a wait list, and usually what the wait list stands for, if you guys aren't familiar, is that you're just on there until someone else cancels their order. Now, with mine just being shipped in just this past Tuesday, I highly doubt anyone canceled their orders just because of how rare of a figure this guy is, and on top of that, how rare the price that he was at is, because now if you want to buy them off of, anyway, now you have to buy them off of eBay. You're going to be paying up towards $400 to get this guy in. So again, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell to see more content like this. And also leave a like on the video if you enjoyed today's content. I'll see you guys in the next one.